Alright, let's build this PC. What we have here is an empty case from an HP Pavilion, circa 2000 something. Most people would use this system as a doorstop or a boat anchor, but I needed a PC that will surf the internet, receive and send emails, and do light home office work. I did some research and settled on $50 for the project budget. I bought the bare bones machine from a guy named Sammy on Craigslist. It came with 128 megabytes of RAM and worked, but was really slow. So we're going to rebuild it, better, stronger, and faster. The motherboard is a standard ATX form factor with 2 SD RAM slots. I purchased two 56 megabyte SD RAM chips to upgrade it from its 128 megabits to a total of 512 total memory. I removed everything here so I could do a complete rebuild. Without any documentation, I took good notes on the wire connections so I could put it all back together again. The hard drive and 3.5-inch floppy drive were in an easy to remove drive disk bay, so I left them in place. It also came with a gigabit network interface card for wired connectivity. So with my notes, the installation screws in a container, I started to put it all together. As I mentioned, I purchased new SD RAM memory. On my first try, I purchased the memory based on the PC make and model specifications I found online. I received two PC100 chips, which had a 100 MHz bus speed. After I installed the new memory, the machine booted but kept crashing for no apparent reason. After several reboots, I started to get fast repetitive beeps during the post process. I did some troubleshooting and noticed that the original memory chip was labeled PC133. Then the light bulb came on and I realized I installed the wrong speed of memory. I was able to get a refund and I ordered two 256 PC133 chips. Once the correct type of memory installed, all those problems went away and the machine was noticeably faster all the way around. With the right parts in, we're ready to install the motherboard and get it screwed in snugly inside the case. I made sure that the CPU cooling fan was cleaned up and dust free as possible. Then I made sure to discharge any electrostatic buildup by grounding myself periodically to the case during this process, just to be on the safe side. Also, I was very careful to handle the motherboard by the edges and lay it on a non-conductive surface. Once the board was installed, I used my detailed notes to make all the wired connections. This motherboard uses a 20-pin main connector and the standard connections to the optical drives, disk drives, and front panel. On this model there is also an audio out that runs to the back of the case, so I made that connection and we're ready to go. As you can see, the machine is all assembled and ready to test. Because I had the machine working properly before disassembling it, I was confident that it would boot up, so I went ahead and put the final touches on before replacing the side panel. Just a note on the operating system, the machine came with a newly installed version of Windows XP Professional. Based on my research, this was the best operating system for the machine, so I kept that installed and we're ready to fire it up. Here we have the machine all hooked up. The PS2 keyboard and mouse came with the basic box, so it was just a matter of plugging them in. I found an old Linksys 802.11g wireless unit in my junk drawer, so that helped keep the budget close to $50 and still have wireless capability, so I kind of lucked out there. The machine only has two USB 2.0 ports, so I'll be using one of them for the wireless and the other for the printer connection. Here's a screenshot of the system booting up. So far, so good. Now it's loading Windows, and I'm claiming victory. It's just a matter of loading some applications and putting it through its paces to confirm that we met all the original objectives. For light home office work, I installed the free OpenOffice software, which has word processing, spreadsheets, a database, and presentation software. It works just like Microsoft Office, but it's priced right for my budget. Here's a screenshot of a letter with a graph inserted. Everything works great, and it's quite a bit faster than the 128 megabit RAM version. As you can see here, the machine can access the web and from there send and receive emails, so we met all our original criteria. The final cost came in at $51.45, so as far as IT projects go, a 3% overrun isn't out of the ordinary. So there we have it, a PC that surfs the web, sends and receives emails, and does light home office work, all for around $50.